Hello guys, welcome back to Raz Life. Before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for all the support that you constantly give our channel. And I want to thank all of you for the positive feedback that we are always getting. It really helps a lot with Mama Bear's recovery, and it helps a lot with what we've got going on. I also wanted to let you guys know that these videos are about a month old, 3 weeks to a month. I'm trying to catch up, so hopefully we'll be having more content put out throughout the week here as we get caught up on all these videos. With that, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Good morning, guys. Today is Monday morning. Today's Labor Day.
Good morning, guys.
Mama Bear is munching out on some hot cereal that Grandma made. What did you put in it?
Butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon.
That sounds good.
It's so good.
I'm gonna see what there is to cook for the meat eaters. I found some bacon, and I grabbed some of the eggs we have from outside. Making them nice and fluffy. I found some turkey, some roast beef, and some ham in the fridge. So that's what I'm going to use for my omelet. Here's Jackson's sandwich. There we go. I just need to add some cheese and I'm good. And here's breakfast. Except the boys have just regular scrambled eggs. They don't like the omelets. Mama Bear's working a little bit on her range of motion. How's it feeling, Mama?
Oh, yeah, it hurts.
It's been a few days now that we've just been chilling.
Yeah, so we have one more week until rehab down here. So
I'm glad you're working on it.
look at the leg that wouldn't fit.
Man, this still looks so painful just watching Mama Bear go through her exercises.
Oh.
And it sucks so bad. That's not how our summer should have been spent. Now it's Labor Day, summer's over. Man. That's pretty cool.
It's a little dragon.
Jackson making this origami.
He's getting so good at it.
Normally they're fighter jets. That's cool. We've had a pretty chill day, you guys. Hanging out. Chilling at the house, not doing a whole lot. I'm gonna go run to town right now. I'm gonna go stop by my cousin Randy's real quick and then we'll go run over to the north side. And then I shall return. Mama Bear, the boys, Grandma and Papa are all still here. When I say it's been a chill day, there's usually not a whole lot going on here. The kids are all hanging out. Michael's in his room playing with his video game. Draven is running around doing what Draven does. He does a lot in the garden with the chickens. He goes and hangs out at his papa's a lot to play with Sarah. That chihuahua that we gave to Pam's dad, we call her Pequeña after Jackson named her. Her dad named her Sarah. So Draven's always up there playing with her and stuff. Just doing things. Running around the yard, playing with his scooter, his skateboard, his bike. And Jackson, he's in the living room hanging out. He's on the Switch, or he's on the tablet, or he's doing his origami, he's doing puzzles, he's just playing games, playing with the dog. Jackson's just hanging out, doing what Jackson does, in and out of the room. I'm hanging out with Mama Bear today. Not really out in the garage working on anything. We're sitting inside just on YouTube and TikTok and checking on Netflix for things to watch, checking on Hulu. It kind of sucks just watching her in this pain. Like, I do what I can to help her move from place to place. Like, if she's going to the kitchen or whatever, I try to push her in the wheelchair so she's not using her arms so much, even though I know that's what she's supposed to be doing. Like, I just think she needs a break sometimes. Like, it's been non-stop, and this is all not even something that she wants to be doing. Like, she's not even working out for her health or anything, and it's just so hard to watch her go through all this extra work and extra pain trying to just take a shower, trying to go to the restroom, trying to get into bed at night so we can crash out. Like, even when I get her into bed, if something's uncomfortable or if something's painful, it's like a whole process to redo that again. And I'm not like, I don't have a problem helping her with it. I got a problem with the amount of pain that she's in for something that we didn't even do. Like, it's a lot. It's too much for her to deal with. I know it's supposed to make her stronger and all the things that people normally say, but stronger for what? Like, she's already strong. She already takes care of all of us. She already does everything she needs to do. She's already a strong person, and she's already who she is. Like, what did we even, man, I don't understand this. I know I'm gonna get a lot of feedback on faith and stuff like that, but that's new to me. Like, I just started relying on that. I just started, like, I haven't even been going to church that long. This is all new to me. Man, it's just a lot for my wife. It's a lot for her to go through. Not even like just the first day or the first week or the first month. Like, it's a lot for her to go through right now. Every day she's going through it. Every time, like, she gets so mad. She was sitting there crying yesterday, and I was trying to make her feel better, but she was crying because she couldn't even, like, do anything in the kitchen. She was crying because she couldn't make lunch for the kids, and she was crying because she just can't do anything. Like, she can't do anything. She wants to go outside. She wants to go to her garden. She wants to go check on her chickens. She wants to go stand on the porch. And it's hard to keep her in good spirits. And it's hard to, like, do that when there's only so much I can do. When there's only so much I can do as far as, like, I can't really just get in the truck and go drive somewhere with her, because that's too much pain for her to even be in a vehicle right now. Every video we say she's getting better, and every video we report that she's progressing the way she should be, and that's good. We are very glad she's progressing rapidly and she's moving along in her rehabilitation process, but it's still like a lot to watch her go through the painful process of waking up in the morning before she takes meds, her pain meds, and it's a lot to watch her, like, just try to do anything during the day that she used to do, and she gets so tired of just sitting in the wheelchair or going from that to the bed, and it's a lot. I'm trying to do what I can to keep her happy and keep her from getting depressed. The boys do a lot to help too, but the boys have school all week and they need their weekend. I don't want to be having them do a whole lot or do too much. It was nice to take a break today and just hang out with her. We had a pretty good day. She's feeling alright right now. Grandma's probably going to get started on dinner here in a bit. If it's not started on by the time I get back, I'll start on it. It's not too late. By that spot a couple of times. The oil spots are still there. As we're driving along, you can still measure it out and see where our bumper hit the ground before we were slammed backwards. gas. Time to roll. The airbag sensor keeps going off. And of course, I had to pick up my trusty I was going through the comments again, and before I had the laptop and I was able to get on there and quickly get back to every single comment that was being commented on. But right before the accident, the laptop broke, and during the editing of when that had happened, I wasn't even able to get back to comments. As many comments were coming in after we had the accident and we were sitting at the hospitals, the different places we were for our care. As I'm going through the comments, I love all the support that we're getting, and I love all the encouraging words for Mama Bear, and I love the ones that I'm reading about myself too, and the boys. And I really like that everybody loves how the boys are raised. We do the best that we can, and I try to look at my upbringing and I take what was good, and I try to show the boys that, and then I try to take what was bad without actually knowing it. Like, I'm not going to say like I had a bad upbringing because I had bad parents. Like, I actually didn't have bad parents. It's just there were a lot of things that I thought were normal when I was growing up that it turns out to be that is not normal, and there are different ways to live life. But I am glad that we get a lot of support, our family, the boys, Pam, myself. But we still run into questions. We run into questions about our faith, which I'm not going to answer, and that's not to be a bad person or be all crappy or anything. It's just that a lot of times when I'm asked about my faith or what church we attend, a lot of times it's just so people can be contentious, and I'm not really focused on that. As a combat vet, I am well aware that there are many freedoms that Americans have, and one of the freedoms we have is the freedom of religion. So it would not be prudent for me to judge people based on their faith, so I don't get into that conversation at all. And if your faith or your traditional beliefs or your background, your upbringing, if that all makes you a better person, I'm all for that. But to go around and bash other cultures, and I'm not just saying this like as a church standpoint, but just to bash other cultures and people and races and even towns and states, like that's really not my thing anymore. Like, I used to be very vocal about a lot of things I didn't like, but it seems like a lot of times I learned that if you mention a problem without the idea of a solution, then you're really just complaining, and I don't need complaints. I need solutions nowadays. So we spend a lot more time working on solutions than just dealing with complaints that have no solution. But one of the comments I get a lot is people asking why I don't drive, and I even read on some of the comments that it's strange that I don't drive, and I don't really see how that's strange. First of all, a lot of people don't drive. It's not that I can't drive. I am a very attentive driver. I don't drag race anymore. I don't go rock crawling. I don't do stupid things, and I definitely don't put people's lives in danger by doing dumb things like I used to when I was in the military, when I was growing up and doing donuts in public streets and street racing and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't do that. I have no problem with driving if I have my own vehicle. Mama Bear is driving because she just got her own truck, and it's been a long time since Mama Bear's had a vehicle of her own. With her being able to drive her own vehicle, she loved it a lot. And even with the ones that we were borrowing during the first part of our vlogging when our truck caught on fire, a lot of that had to do with me vlogging. And there are even comments under that say, like, why can't Pam vlog while I drive? Well, first off, I don't want Pam to vlog. I don't need her to vlog for anything. I don't need her to do anything for this channel, and just do her, and then I film and I edit and I put them out. So I do the vlogging, and that's why you see a lot of times when I say we made it home, or we're going to Albuquerque and we do this and we do that, and there's no scene of us like driving there, then I'm probably not sitting in the passenger seat vlogging the trip or vlogging the drive, vlogging Pam driving. Like, a lot of times if I'm driving, my phone is right here and it's not vlogging anything. So every now and then we'll catch something where I'll be like, get this, or we need to vlog that, or whatever. But I drive. I don't know why that would be strange for people to not see me drive. I guess it's just a, I don't know, masculinity thing. Like, I guess growing up, your dad always drives. I don't know. I always drove for a long time. When it's my vehicle, I drive. This vehicle, I'll obviously be driving a lot because Mama Bear can't drive right now. But when I have my own vehicles, I drive them 100% of the time, unless I'm showing my kids how to drive, or unless I'm going to the hospital. Then Mama Bear drives me. If it's her ride, like her Envoy, she's gonna drive it. If it's her truck, the Ford, she's gonna drive it, or her mom will drive it. Like, if it's my Grand Prix, I'll drive it. If it's my pickup, I'll drive it. If it's my Suburban, I'll drive it. But when it's her Freestyle, her Explorer, her Jeep, like a lot of the things that are hers, like, I'll let her drive it. If she wants me to drive, she'll tell me. And a lot of times if I feel that she's tired, I'll ask her if she wants me to drive. And it's kind of crazy, like, I didn't even know that that was a thing. Like, I didn't know that it bothered people that much that I didn't drive. And it used to be like, why is Pam driving all the time? But now that I'm riding around with my cousin Randy, or I ride around with cousin Benny, or I'm riding around with Lauren, or I'm riding around with my in-laws, everybody is like, it went from why is Mama Bear drive all the time to why don't I drive? Like, I do drive. Whenever we leave town, I try to drive. Sometimes Pam's mom will drive to Albuquerque, but I usually drive back. And definitely anytime we leave the area, I'll drive. So when we go to Colorado, I drive. When we go farther into Arizona, I'll drive. If we go to Virginia, Seattle, Oklahoma, if we go to Louisiana, I am definitely driving. So don't worry, guys. I drive. I drive more than I want to. I drove during the whole time we've been in this relationship, and Mama Bear started driving a lot more when we were together, like a year and a half ago, something like that. And it wasn't like anything we talked about. She just started driving more. I don't know. Kind of just came about that she was driving, and I didn't. Every time we go somewhere, I don't know why it's a thing. If I'm building a vehicle and it's my ride, I'm definitely going to be the one driving it. When I have my Suburban running, Pam doesn't even want to drive it. When I have my Grand Prix running, Pam, actually, I think she liked driving that one. Well, I guess the reason why I don't drive is because I'm broke and I don't have a vehicle. I don't know, I guess. Yeah. Let me buy another truck to start building and I'll be alright. I have an engine for my car. I actually have two engines, and I need to use the bottom end from one, the long block, and then I need to use the top end, all the fuel system and the intake system and all of that. And then I got to put those two together so that I can have one engine that runs. And when I do that, I will definitely be able to drive my ride around. When I put those engines together and I have the Grand Prix running, we'll probably let Michael start learning to drive with that one. And I don't know, every time I was going to put my Grand Prix together and start getting it running, we started having problems. Like Mama Bear had this Ford Freestyle. Man, this thing goes through transmissions like crazy. It's a CVT transmission, and the only reason why we're going through transmissions like crazy is because we don't have like the $4,000 or $5,000 to buy a new transmission or a rebuilt one. So we're going to the junkyard every time they get a vehicle at You Pull and Pay in Albuquerque. I run out there and I pull the transmission on it and I put it in Mama's car, and most of the time it works. Twice we picked up transmissions that didn't work, not one after another, but one was like a year later. But we'll put transmissions in that thing and drive it around for a bit, and it seemed like every time I was going to start working on my car, the transmission would go out. And on my car, it was just a problem with the timing. The timing skipped once and it messed it up. I also had an oil pressure problem, so the bearings went bad on my block, and I figured if I was taking it out and redoing it, I was going to redo the whole thing anyway. So with all that, I got a rotating assembly that holds compression on all 6 cylinders. Now I just got to take my whole intake system and put it on that engine, because that engine was running, but when you start it, it has really high idle, and after all the gasket changes and everything and then throttle body adjustments, it still runs with a really high idle. So I'll just take my vacuum system, my fuel system, my intake system, and I'll put it on the block that holds compression now with the rotating assembly and put that in my Grand Prix. And it shouldn't take more than a couple of days if I'm up for it. Like, I haven't really been wanting to work on vehicles lately, and it's kind of crazy. It's like the thing that people ask for the most because it's the most necessary out of all the services that I offer, and it's the one that's also like the most time consuming and the one that's one of the more physically demanding jobs that I do. I do silversmithing, tattooing, I do a lot of things, but the automotive stuff, it really wears me out. So just doing it for free on one of my vehicles, it's kind of hard to set that sign. It's kind of hard to set that time aside and be like, yep, I'm going to spend 2 days in the garage and I'm going to work on a vehicle and not get paid for it. That's hard. It's a lot of work. I'm heading back to the house now. What you got there, Mama Bear?
I made some steaks and some Alfredo noodles.
That's cool. I just made them back, you guys.
Just waiting on Michael and you.
Awesome. Michael's gonna pray?
I don't know.
Ooh,
Chocolate.
I like it.
Chocolate awesome for you.
Put chocolate on the baby steak?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love chocolate on my steak.
Crazy kid. Alright, you guys, that is going to be it for this video. Again, thank you guys very much for watching, and thank you very much for the constant love and support you guys continually show our channel. Y'all have an awesome day. Later.